Welcome to Crusader Kings 2. I've decided to take a crack at the Game of Thrones mod and see how well I go as a lord in Westeros. So let's go forth. And in terms of the date I want to look at, I'm going to go to the date of the Crown Stag. It's kind of at midway point. It's just after Robert Baratheon has taken the Iron Throne from Aerys the Mad King. So in terms, I want to play a High Lord because there aren't many options to play a Lord who isn't subjected to another Lord as such. So playing as a High Lord, yes, of course I have to look at the north, you know, there's a bit of Stark in me, so I was looking at last Hearth. So we'll just do, because I want to be my kind of own ruler, I'm going to go with the ruler designer. And we'll just go through this process now of making my own character. We probably want him to have a bit of hair. It's a bit of a tully colour there, but no, we need a bit of kind of dark, probably not black, probably very dark brown for hair. Just do a bit of alterations with his face. And I just like that this game is very dynamic and there is a lot you can do in it. So I probably want to go to coat of arms. I need to do a very north looking title. Well, I mean coat of arms. I don't know what I'm talking about sometimes. What would be appropriate? And no, I won't keep these colours, it's just a placeholder. Ooh. There we are. A tree. See, that's very Lannister. So I need something to kind of... Oh, and kind of that kind of blue and white. I think that works quite well. I don't think there's kind of emblem we can... That could work. See that right there is quite Baratheon. I'm just getting my words tongue-tied. That kind of happens when it's early in the day. You haven't had time to wake up. Okay, so that will be our kind of coat of arms for our house. And just because we're up in the north, I thought my dynasty would be Summers. I thought that would just be quite funny. I mean, if you knew me by my gamer tag, I use Drake Summers quite a lot, so yeah, I kind of have to kind of go there. I don't want him to be married right yet, but in terms, he has to be a fighter. We can make him... We can make him dutiful commander. That kind of brings his age up a bit, but we have ways to offset that. Let's look through. And we can make him a bit greedy. You know, because that greedy kind of does it. I like the patient trait. It's very positive. I mean, it gives many modifiers, which actually really improves the character. And I'll make him shy. It's just an easy way to get a couple extra things to play around with. Trusting cruel. What kind of man do we want him to be? And we definitely want him to be an organizer. And we want him to be a trained fighter. None of those stats right there. We'll make him a family person, kind of, you know, cares about his family. Some of these would be pretty cool to have, but I mean, it's just quite a lot of extra stats. But I definitely, that's one of the important things, I want a Valyrian steel sword. So my character becomes just a bit older, but it's completely fine. I'm kind of happy with those stats. He'll gain more in the days, and in terms, we probably want to make him see his stats. So those are his actual stats. Those are his base stats. So he's got a martial person, but he's pretty low diplomacy. That can improve in time, but we have making him a military man. He won't be married, because that can be easily changed, but we'll go forth from here. So Lord Drakesum is the first of his name. Well, he's not king, so it's not really, but he's the first Drake Summers. So I have 3 landed titles, which is pretty good. And straight away we want to look at ambition. We want to improve his... well, we might as well go here, get married. We're going to do that straight away, so we might as well get the little bonus. See, we have no here, so if we die, our Master at Arms gets... But I played this before, and I've done this, but it goes back to Eddard, the 22-year-old, has his 2 sons, Lord Rob of the North, and of course Jon Snow. It was quite interesting. I was doing some reading yesterday on Jon Snow's parentage, and there are many good theories about it, and actually the one I looked at about Stark's sister actually being the mother, that was just very interesting. I mean, it hasn't been said in the books about who his mother actually is, but there's a lot of speculation who it could point to. She died a natural death. So did she die during childbirth? Is that the real thing? It can fit in, but until it actually, maybe we might see it in the 6th book, but until we actually see who, if it ever says who his mother is, we will never know. Or whether Eddard actually is his father, whether he just pretended it was his bastard to protect him from Robert. I mean, he wanted to kill the surviving Targaryen children, and while if Jon potentially could be a Targaryen, with Ragnar being the father, he wouldn't actually be a bastard, he would be Jon Targaryen, and would actually have a greater claim to the throne than even Daenerys has, because she is the daughter. She may be the daughter of the king, but of the last king, but Ragnar became the kind of unofficial king, which meant his son would be next in line for the throne, if that ever became a possibility. But we won't know until we get the next books. But enough talking. Let's just take a quick look at our council. And Oversea Province, that's kind of our main last Hearth. And see, with right up to the Night's Watch, I just really had to think for a second. So, what's the name? It's really one of those days you kind of... I have no children yet, so we can't train children up in military. Build Spy Network? No. Perform Charity, it always looks good. People like that. So we have our Castellan, Master of Laws, Master at Arms, Master of Coin, Master of Whispers, our Maester, and our Priest. So kind of Priest and Maester, aren't they kind of the same thing? I'm not really sure. We kind of have a nice little guard. 3,600 we can call up, potentially. And this is what I want to do, reforge the steel sword, so it becomes, well, more than just a normal Valyrian steel sword, but something that can be passed down, which would be recognizable just as Ice's. I mean, it may give the exact same stats, but it just becomes a sword of the house, something that can be passed down to future children. So we definitely want to look at getting a wife straight away. So yeah, so look, Daenerys, Courtier, and Braavos. Of course, as you can see, because the Eastern Continent doesn't exist yet. They're still to put that in, but once they do, it will be pretty interesting. So we'll look for a wife around the same age, or maybe a bit younger. Look at the stats, because that's what the children will undoubtedly inherit. So we want someone who can bring good benefit, honourable, ambitious, gluttonous, courtier and landsport, zealous, charitable, patient, just. Why does she not like me? Religious difference. So if we went to the old gods, see, she's actually quite compatible, and we will center that, and let's kind of scale the timeline a bit. Oh, liege loyalist. That's just one thing about this mod. You can kind of pledge your allegiance to your lord. It's kind of like a very interesting faction which actually doesn't do much, but you keep getting these notifications saying so and so has joined the liege loyalist faction, and we would like money, but I don't think her father's dead, but the lord could give money, but he probably won't, so we will take the prestige little bonus and hold a wedding feast. That costs 100 gold, which I don't have, and I could go to the Iron Bank for a loan, but you know what happens. You get in debt with them, they will hire someone to kill you. Well, to kind of get back their payment. Long live the king. We'll support Robert Baratheon for now. If he doesn't work so well for us, we can rise up. And probably you get 50 prestige for having a son, but you only get 25 piety for a daughter. It's like, yeah, everyone wants to have a son, except if you're in Dawn, because these guys down there, they can have male and female rulers. It's kind of indicative. The first child, regardless of gender, has it. I think it's kind of bow to kind of Holster loyalist, crown loyalist. What was I saying? Just about having those children limited crown authority. So I'll pretty much go to the point of getting myself the record of Karstark. Seeing if I can get enough money to get the reforged steel sword, and I'll leave the video right there. So hopefully I can do that in the next 5 or so minutes. It's just impressive how big this map is, and it'll be interesting to know. I mean, there's the land of all. Oh, I had a marriage proposal which I just missed. Oh, for a second I thought he was king. I was thinking, no. You know, you see the map, it's kind of this, and then it's that. It kind of gets cut off there. Like, it's just this gigantic, kind of like making like the polar cap, like the you know, like the Arctic we have here, or the Antarctica in the southern hemisphere. That would just be quite interesting. Like, if it's just this great rolling plain, and has anyone ever tried to explore it? I mean, it's, as the name says, it's the land of always winter, so it's going to be extremely cold. Ooh, and my wife's pregnant, which is a good sign. See, I need 200 gold to reforge the steel, even though it costs 100 to make. Oh, righteous imprisonment. And we'll get him to end our plot. We don't. Let's just get a bit more money. I haven't encountered too many problems. Sometimes when I try save the game and leave it, it crashes, but I mean, the game's completely playable as it is, and I can't get a new priest. Can I call for one? No, I can probably get a new courtier. warrior, holy man. Good report, more. Okay, now we have a new man. We'll take him. He will do. He's not best in terms of stats. We have a really good master at arms, Umbra. I don't know. Was he the man who we took the last Hearth off? No, he doesn't have a claim on it. No, definitely not him. Because I used to rule a designer to change who could actually rule. Oh, and I had a son. What is his name? We want to call him Max. Could have Max of Max Summers, MS. And we wanted to increase his diplomacy. So now we have the heir to our kind of holding our kind of lordship, high lordship. You know, because it's actually amazing how big the north is. I mean, it's sparsely populated compared to like what the Crown Lands west, the Westlands are. I know Stormlands is quite not sparsely, but it's quite very forested. The Reach is very fertile land, kind of farmland, as well as the Riverlands, because well, obviously the rivers providing water. And we have good old Walder Frey with all his children, and he really hates. I mean, look, it's hatred. He really hates his lord, Holster of the Riverlands. His many children. And I mean, his oldest children's 54 and he's 77, so he's getting, I mean, he's 90 in the actual, if you watch the TV show of the books, he's quite old, yet he lives and he still makes many more children. Yes, come on, kind of trying to get that money amount up. I'm making 2 point, so probably 5 every 2 days, which is quite a lot. Send for it. We need a maester. And see, oh, and we have a new maester. And because once you send for one, he automatically gets positioned into the position. I really don't know what I'm saying. It's yeah, it's bad. It really is just one of those days. So my goal is the Valyrian Steel Sword. Oh, yo, drawn to a cheerful crowd standing in front of a tall building in last Hearth. It seems that they have gathered to watch the antics of the man who climbed on top of the building's roof. The spirited man, tired of his hardships of life, threatening to jump off and see what onlookers are goading him on, kind of telling him to do it. Ooh, I have to grab the man. I'll jump with the man. You land safely together in the haystack. Let's go again, you exclaim as you brush the hay off your clothes. The shocked, suicidal man pulls his arm away from you and stumbles towards the crowd. Get away from me! Help! This man tried to kill me! He's insane! As you walk away, you feel the grasp of diplomacy has improved. So I've gained 1 diplomacy, but the man who was suicidal thinks I was trying to kill him, so I find that quite, like, ironic. It's just little things like that. It's quite funny. Oh, now I remember this from the show because I've started watching the show again. So I'm on season 2. I'm probably the 6th episode in now. So yeah, it's just that part where you know, Winterfell's been taken by Theon Greyjoy, who was the kind of ward here. See if we can find him in court. Where is he? Rob Stark, John. Tully Sansa. Oh, Sansa, who is actually a relative of Eddard. Oh, Maester Lewin. Oh, he's actually quite a young man. But I guess 17 years later in the actual TV show, it's kind of like, yeah, he's getting a bit old then. Oh, and we're slowly crawling up to that money amount that we need. See, and gains trait kind, trait diplomacy. We want that, but no, we couldn't get it. Nearly up to 200 gold. My lord, I have offered a chance to become a member of the most devout council of the highest ranking acceptance of the faith. This is a prestigious position and I must accept it. Herbert. Who is Herbert? You know, when it's up, you kind of jump a bit back in time. Obviously, it'd be kind of nice in a way if they could kind of script it. So you know, he has you know, like Baratheon Robert has children. You know, when he actually had the children and they had their proper kind of names. Oh, but now I can actually reforge my steel sword. So let's go and reforge. I choose you, Pikachu, and see it's just like different looks, but it kind of has its own name. Like they kind of did these ones, kind of, you know, French, Spanish, Italian. The gold sword, the happiness sword, Herberus. But no, I want justice. It's the Kingmaker and passion. But no, justice it is. Oh. He's taken my sword. I guess it's because it's a Valyrian steel sword. Oh, that. Let's see if I can find enough people to support me. I think that'd be quite easy. So yes, I'm plotting to kill someone now, which is very, well, it's very canon for Game of Thrones. Conspire with people. Because I want my Valyrian steel sword back. And if I don't get it back, well, I'm not going to be a very happy man. And it's kind of nice these guys kind of auto-accept. Because I need my plot power, well, very high. Oh, they have to actually accept. So really, yeah, I'm plotting to get my steel sword back. So let's increase the plot power a bit more. You know, getting all these people to support me. It's kind of like, hey, help me get my sword back and I'll thank you kindly one day. I wonder if I can do anything now. Oh, auto invite. That just makes things so much easier. So now I have very strong plot power, but can I actually execute? No, I can't yet. I wonder if I can do any dialogue with him. Personal. But I like it how we... Oh, we shall prevail. We're in a state of war. Oh yes, we've become the separate kingdoms again. Robert the Lewd. We'll look the army of North marches, 30,000 strong from Winterfell, as well as all of us. Oh, we approved the plan. Success, but... Your own... His family sword, while... Oh, I don't... Now I'm gonna get a stain on my arm with that kind of dishonor. But I will accept that. So we have our sword again. That was kind of an interesting twist, because I had done this before, and while the sword just got given to me, I didn't actually think, you know, kind of the blacksmith would steal it. So yeah, that's kind of interesting way to end the video here. So I'll save it and I'll call it. As you can see, I already had played the game, and played the game before, so this is a good little run through, and hopefully I'll make some more videos and make them half interesting to be watched, and just kind of see what crazy things will happen in the world of Westeros. So until then, see you around. Drake Summers signing off.